So basically what has happened is I went to look at the weather for Florida next week because we are supposed to leave in 3 days. This is like what happened in Virginia. Long story short, 5 out of 6 days were going to be rain. And so instead of camping on the beach in the rain for a week, we have to find a solution. And it's 1 a.m. I have been looking and looking and looking. I have zoomed out. I have gone through state park, campground websites. I have done weather searches for almost every major part of Florida. Almost all of Florida next week has 4 or 5 days of rain out of 7. So I have a couple of options that are, I think, good. One of them I'm pretty excited about. I'm hoping it doesn't get booked by the morning, but we don't want to book without talking to the kids and making sure to get their buy-in, because Florida has been something that we've been really excited about, all of us, and they have too. And so I don't want to take that away from them without consulting them. So for right now, I'm kind of feeling bummed. I really don't like this feeling in the middle of feeling like I don't know what's going to happen. On that note, another thing where I don't know what's going to happen, we're in week 7, almost 8 of USDA having our loan package in their possession. We don't yet have a loan, and we are getting anxious. Obviously, the owners of the lodge are feeling anxious as well, and there's nothing we can do. We've asked for an update, and we're hoping for one tomorrow. Right now, things are just up in the air, and they had told us it would take 4 to 6 weeks, and now we're at 7 to 8 weeks. Not fun. I don't like this part of waiting. I like for things to be certain. Even if it's a certain no, I prefer for a certainty over this kind of open-ended, not sure what we're doing thing. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have some certainty for us. So our older kids are still sleeping in, and Doug and I didn't want to miss out on this house because we think it's a last minute deal on Airbnb. So we talked with our middle kids, all the middle boys, and explained the situation to them, and they were super excited. So we went ahead and booked the house, and we're going to talk to our older kids whenever they wake up and hope that they love it. If not, it's non-refundable. So we went ahead and made a decision, and we'll see how they do with it. Thank you for doing that, baby. We are cleaning up the Airbnb because I've learned that if we don't do that every few days, then it gets out of control. But if we can just keep on top of it, the last day doesn't seem like a total beast. So we are not going to Florida.
Jessica said he needs to, Mom.
Wait, why?
Because basically last night when Daddy and I looked, out of 6 days of being there, 5 days were going to be rain.
Oh.
Camping.
Thanks.
I did a bunch of searches for all the different weather places all through Florida. It was all like 4 days or more out of the next 7 days.
Everywhere in Florida?
Everywhere in Florida that I was able to find either a campsite or an Airbnb, all of them had 4 to 6 days of rain in the next 7 days. So we started looking all around, and instead we've booked a house in Gulfport, Mississippi. It's a block from the beach. What do you think?
Oh, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Fun. A good
You see,
alternative.
there's a cup.
I think because it was a last minute reservation, they went way cheaper than, it's like half price from what it would normally be.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that price is really crazy.
5 nights there. It'll sleep all of us. It's got,
In a bed?
I mean, little boys might have to do pallets or something, but all of us will have a bed.
But
Good
it's
alternative?
Yeah.
A bed.
So we'll go there on Sunday.
Yeah. Although Florida is disappointing because, like, it's Florida and I've never been to Florida.
Well,
but
here's the other thing. It's down on the coast. So Gulfport has a ton of beaches all on its own. But because of where it is on the coast, we're actually just an hour and a half from New Orleans, which is pretty cool. We might get to go across to New Orleans, which I have never been to. Alabama only has a very short coastline, and Florida's right there. So we could end up driving 2 hours to a Florida beach if the weather's good and we want to.
that's fun.
So that's what we decided to do because you were already asleep, and I was afraid because it was a last minute deal that somebody else would book it. So I went ahead and booked it.
Yeah, it's a good alternative.
You need for the find. We're not going to Florida.
Okay.
4 out of the 6 days we're going to be rain.
Yep. Cool.
That's it? You're that easy about it? You're just like fine with it? Do you want to know what the other plan is?
Yeah.
This is our plan. I've never been.
Wait,
Yeah. Look, so here's the map.
it's like right on the edge.
Gulfport is
Okay.
there. And
Oh, so
this
there's
is
some-
Florida. This
So
is
there's
Alabama
some
and that's Louisiana.
Sort of bridge. I didn't know it connected there.
Me either. But we can go pretty easily to New Orleans. And also, if we want, 2 hours to a Florida beach. If there's a day when it's not rainy, we could. Pretty cool? You okay with all that? So, our first item of uncertainty has now been cleared up. We have a house that we will be going to in 3 days. We canceled our Florida campground. We have a house to go to that's a block from the beach in Gulfport, Mississippi. So that's good news. Our second piece of uncertainty has had some answers. The loan was submitted 8 weeks ago. Our loan officer went on vacation last week. She got back in the office 2 days ago, checked in on things yesterday, and we have now learned basically the person at USDA who was handling everything is retiring. And so she is passing her whole loan portfolio to a different loan officer at USDA. So we are 8 weeks out from a process that was supposed to take 4 to 6 weeks. And now we're tacking on more time. She has said that based on where we are today, that deadline seems unlikely, meaning for us to close by the time that our current contract says we're going to close the loan. So, one of our things got concluded. The other one is still up in the air. So let me talk through some scenarios real quick. Yes, I'm in bed in under the covers because we have been running for days. And so today I'm taking a down day. What does this mean for us? Well, we are all still very hopeful. She says that our loan package looks great. She says that there are no concerns with our loan package. So that feels encouraging. However, we have a contract that we now may be in danger of not meeting. And while the owners wish to sell to us, they also have to look at their own options available to them. And I don't know what all those are. This is very frustrating. On our side of things, we also have to think through what if it doesn't happen. And where we are at right now is that if we're unable to purchase the lodge our current plan is that we would immediately purchase some ultralight gear, purchase one more suitable backpack. We would get my mom and dad to drive out to us, and we would send them home with all of our extra belongings from the road trip and our van, and they would drop us off at Amicalola Falls in Georgia, and we would start the Appalachian Trail, or possibly Harper's Ferry, and we might do a flip-flop hike of the Appalachian Trail. Right now, that is our current backup plan. Most of the kids are not excited about that. All of them wish to do the lodge. We both want to do the lodge. If the lodge doesn't go through, that is the only thing that I can see us being able to quickly pivot to. Because with a family our size, with all the things that have to be considered, schooling, housing, food, job, all of that, we would need more time to process and really contemplate what's next if this opportunity doesn't actually pan out for us. And doing the trail would not only give us 4 or 5 months to verbally process with one another, it would give us a mission, it would give us a fairly low cost way of spending our time together as a family in the outdoors, doing something meaningful while we pray and sort through what's next. So the lodge is the plan. That would be the backup plan. And I'm personally, you can see I'm actually wearing, Doug bought this for me one day when I had to stay home. I was actually kind of tearing up whenever they left because I felt so stupid about my knee not getting fixed, and like I felt really discouraged about my knee. Maybe it wasn't going to heal, and maybe that was going to really wreck some of our road trip plans. Thankfully, that hasn't been the case, but that day I was really sad. So he came home with this for me. So even though I haven't hiked the whole AT, I do have my white blaze shirt. But even though I have a white blaze shirt, and I actually could see myself getting very excited about doing the Appalachian Trail, my heart is still in running the lodge this summer and learning how to do that better and better together as a family and having a valuable investment to pass to our kids. So where we are at this point, 2 problems we've faced. One of them we've solved, and the other one is we have an update at least this morning, which is great. We haven't had an update in almost 2 weeks, but unfortunately, it's more waiting.